Hi, Kirsten.
Hi, John.
Today, everybody, we're going to do a short video on irregular plurals. Now, with most plurals in English, what do? You simply add an S or an ES to the end of the word, and you've got yourself a plural. So the plural of cat is cats, and, it's can be that simple. But, we have a whole bunch of irregular plurals. And in some cases, it's a change of spelling. In some cases, it's almost like a whole new word. We're going to cover some of the more common ones today. And so, Kirsten, how are we going to do this?
So we kind of split it up into categories to help you guys out. The first category we have is just about people. So one of the most common ones that people make mistakes on, but everybody kind of has heard before, is child and children. So not children, not children's, but children. So yeah, when I was a child, I had a lot of friends who were children. There we go. So that's one. And then we have this one. I think even native speakers might mess up on the spelling, which is woman and women. So with that one, woman is spelled with an A, and women is spelled with an E. And then you also are pronouncing it a little bit different. Woman, right. Women.
And all these things you're going to see, everybody, they'll pop up on the screen as we go through them. So
yeah, so that can help you guys out. One thing, one good way to remember the woman and women is man and men. More simple. So man with an A, men, the plural, with an E. And then the last one is person and people. Now this one can get a little bit tricky just because, well, you were telling me, John, what were you saying about people? So people is the plural, but... Yeah,
the people is, of course, the plural of person, but at the same time, you will see the plural persons used in some specific situations. A lot of them relate to law and, boring things like tax and citizenship. But if there are those of you out there who are traveling, maybe applying for a visa, maybe trying to do business in another English-speaking country, you might come up against this sort of question of, can you be considered a Canadian person? All right. And are you or anyone else U.S. persons for tax considerations? Don't worry about this, but you just will see it every now and then. Yeah.
Yeah, so it can be confusing. I see it a lot on street signs. Persons who litter will have this much of a fine, something like that. But just remember, normally in your everyday speech, you're going to use people. You probably won't ever have to say persons.
Yeah. Unless you get caught for littering and have to pay a fine. So yes.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have the next category, which is John's category.
Yeah. There are some odd plurals for body parts. So we have foot, and the plural is feet.
That's right.
And we have things like tooth, and the plural is teeth. All right, so it's not like eyes, simply add an S to eye. Ear, simply add an S to ear. No, tooth and teeth. So.
Yeah, so that's a pretty simple one. Those are the two most common body part ones that you can remember. And then the next one is animals. Now there are a lot of irregular animal plurals, but I'm just going to give you guys some of the most common animals because you're probably not going to talk about giraffes very much, for example. So goose would be geese, and then mouse is mice, wolf is wolves. So there was a pack of wolves.
Right. Right.
And she has mice in her house. She has a mouse infant station. There are many mice like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And wolves actually brings us to something that is interesting, is that there are a number of words, and they all either end in an F or the F sound, letter F or the F sound. And those, go through a kind of stem change where we add VES to the end of the word. So the word wife, okay. The plural is wives, okay. The word leaf, the plural is leaves. Yeah, nice and confusing. Sounds like leaves, all right.
It's spelled
I'm
the
leaving
exact
town.
same way, too.
Spelled the exact same way. Knife, okay, so the knife for cutting is knives. Mm-hmm. And here I'm sure this one has got to be everybody's favorite, Kirsten. Life and lives.
That's
and
right.
As you can see, lives is spelled exactly like
lives.
Yeah, yeah.
And then also live music.
Right.
So it can be a little confusing, but when we're talking about lives as the plural, it's spelled like VES at the end.
Yes, exactly. And the final one, which you hear a lot of, is self. And the plural of that is selves. So I might say yourself, herself, but it would be yourselves, right? Yeah. And you might hear that in a bit, a more formal situations. But basically, yeah, it's something you'll see. So we wanted to show it to you.
Yeah. Get their selves, something like that. Right.
Yes. Okay.
Alrighty. So that pretty much wraps it up. There are many, many more, but we tried to give you the most common ones that you might see come up in everyday language.
Right. So, okay. So yeah, that's it for Irregular Plurals for today. Thanks a lot, Kirsten.
See ya.